Yo, welcome back to my first playthrough of the Bureau on Xbox 360, playing backwards compatible for Xbox Series X, returning to base after a signal from beyond. It was quite a long mission, that. Points available.
That tower's still sending people to the other side. If we act quick enough, we can launch a rescue op before... You want to tell me what's going on here?
I asked the lab to devise a test to root out any more infiltrators. We're testing everyone going in or out of the base. Take them to quarantine.
Too bad about De Silva. Huh, Falk?
Heinrich has isolated one of
Mosaic's imperative commands. To humans, it's simple noise. But to an outsider...
so much more. Proceed, Doctor.
What the hell?
He's reacting.
That shouldn't be happening.
What the fuck?
I am William
Carter. William.
Carter!
We're not an alien, are we?
Agent Carter, I'm sorry to be the one to break this to you.
Where's Julia?
While you were away, there was an accident.
What? Bullshit. What accident?
A fire. At your house in Arlington. Julia and Richard.
Unfit for duty. You're drunk, Agent. Go home and sleep it off.
Jules. Buried before I could say goodbye.
This is your third disciplinary hearing, Agent.
Let me go.
You got me, Will.
Let me help them. Let me go. Let me go.
Awake now, are we?
Yeah. He convinced I'm human yet?
You're alive, aren't you?
Something like that.
Well, you should be fine. The director left an order to send you to talk to him as soon as you woke up. I wouldn't keep him waiting.
So we're free. We can see... Did we lose one? We sent off 4. What I don't know if we got to send off 5. Sadly, the former president and most of his bodyguards at one has succumbed to injuries taken during the first wave of attacks. We have their bodies and will be giving them a burial with full honours. The lone survivor has been patched up and should be ready for active duty. So now we can have a look around the base and talk to the people. Read some notes. Infirmary personnel, it's come to our attention that the new audio-tone security screening has adverse reactions when performed on infected sleepwalkers. Where outsiders display markedly increased aggression as a response to the tone, infected sleepwalkers display physiological signs of increased stress and agitation consistent with intense pain. While we are studying the disturbing implications of the connection between outsiders and infected humans, we must regretfully remind all personnel that this does not mean that infected personnel can be excluded from mandatory security screening. So what, we're affected with that shit because our character reacted?
Excuse me, Mr. De Silva. Let me just get another sample.
Is De Silva
Yes,
down
of course. Good luck to you too, Nico.
there? Let's listen to this.
Good luck, Carter. Carter? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Anybody? Am I dead? Isn't there supposed to be something? Is someone out there? Who's there? Who are you? Carter? No. No. Help! Somebody help!
Hell is it? So we can talk to a doctor here.
Doctor, if you have a moment.
Absolutely. At this point, most of my patients are sleepwalkers anyway, and they're not getting any worse. Unfortunately, they're not getting any better either.
How are the infected, Doctor?
They're stable, but that's not exactly a good thing. Nurses make sure they're fed and cleaned. That's all we can do for now.
That's better than nothing.
It's like a ward full of coma patients, except they keep talking to themselves.
Any chance of finding a cure?
We've got a variety of tests running at the moment, but our first attempts were not pretty.
So it's not as simple as scraping the black goo off their faces.
We tried that. You don't want to see what's underneath.
What's happening to the sleepwalkers anyway?
We're still trying to figure that out. Their autonomic system thinks it's in a coma, but something else is influencing their physical actions.
You mean they're getting orders from somewhere?
Only on a very basic level, like how they move toward the alien tower you saw.
Any idea how they're getting these commands?
We think it has to do with a silicoid substance on their faces. It might be functioning like the Mosaic control centers we find in Outsiders.
All the more reason to track down Mosaic and put a stop to it. I suppose there's not much more you can do for now.
We'll keep on testing. Until then, all we can do is keep them comfortable.
So let's move on. After the last mine operation, I didn't come back and talk to everyone, so I probably missed some stuff. Which is annoying.
So, the lockdown situation.
To all base personnel, with the development of an effective infiltrator screening test by Dr. Dresden and Dr. Ware, I can announce that we have now completed a full test of base personnel. I'm able to announce that you are all human and our security lockdown can be lifted somewhat. However, we cannot afford to become complacent. Any staff that returns to the base will be subject to a number of screening, and base management reserves the right to perform random mandatory screenings as necessary as before. All screenings will be accompanied by at least 2 armed guards. We thank you for your vigilance. With your assistance, we shall persevere, Dr. Falk.
Over. Big deal.
Right.
Hey, Carter, I heard about De Silva. Tough choice, but you did the right thing, son. How are you holding up, Carter?
I've had better days.
Whole human race has had better days.
How are we holding up?
Pretty well, actually. We keep taking in more people, but Barnes has those choppers flying day and night, recovering food and gear from storehouses.
We might make it through this yet.
Oh, well, I still wouldn't bet on us. But we've got a fighting chance. And I hear that's thanks to you.
Now that you've seen the Sleepwalkers, what do you think?
It's worse than I thought. But at least they're safe in the infirmary. But even so... no, never mind.
What's bothering you?
Look, it's not right to mention it, but we're losing a lot of food and water taking care of them. Without them, we'd have another 4 months of supplies.
What else would you recommend?
Well, nothing right now. But if this war turns into a long haul, we'll have to ask ourselves if we can afford to be so merciful.
Your old buddy Falk nearly had me shot.
Not the first time. Well, it have been a couple of times he nearly shot me, too.
This isn't a joke.
No, son. No, it's not. It's real goddamn life, and there's a lot more at stake than your ego. So walk it off. And try to remember that he's watching out for our whole species.
But what if he starts abusing his authority?
If that happens, I'll stand right beside you. But just fight one war at a time.
That's everything I need.
All right then. Good luck out there, Carter.
Sure we don't have any spies, and we can go topside.
Seen anything interesting in the field?
You know how it is. Rampaging alien hordes, bolts of deadly blue plasma, walking death machines from another world. All in a day's work.
You make it sound like an issue of Captain Thunderbolt.
I don't have to try very hard.
What the hell has Falk so paranoid?
You mean more paranoid than usual? Doesn't trust anybody but Weaver. God knows why.
Weaver's always been a good agent. Certainly better than you.
Except I'm not the one getting into screamy matches with the old man, am I?
We're done here.
I don't know how anyone could have mistaken you for an alien. They have better senses of humor.
Sort our agents out. So we leveled up again. We can level up loads.
The support agent drops an enemy's shields and temporarily disables them. This can neutralize elite troops or commanders. Create a projection duplicate of the recon agent, drawing fire and distracting enemies. Too much damage will destroy the projection.
Ready to be deployed next.
You hear about Agent DeSilva? Yeah, I saw him. Guy's a real trooper.
I don't know. If I were him, I don't think I would have shot him.
Gray spotted.
What are you talking about?
Shove him. Pushing.
Blob deployed. Lifting. Use your cloak.
Going stealth.
Make him hurt.
Enemies engaged! Take an aim!
Just because he's infected doesn't mean he's dead. Better to be half alive than out at all.
A lot of abilities now to use on the enemy.
I heard Weaver had a thing for this silver.
This?
Another infected. William, could I have a word with you?
We need to talk about that test of yours.
My most sincere apologies for what happened at your screening, William. But as you can see, we have a more pressing matter at the moment. This man is infected.
That's never happened in the base before. Or is this another unexpected side effect of your test, Doc?
Nein. I'm quite sure this is from an outside source, but I need your help to find out where, and to do it without causing a panic.
This agent's turning into a sleepwalker, and I've seen how that goes. Unless you found a cure, I don't see how you're gonna help.
It's not a cure, but it may be the first step.
Well, what is it?
I have discovered a way to detect sleepwalker infections at an early stage, before the symptoms present. It will let us treat the subjects earlier, or at least get a better understanding of the conversion process.
Another test, Doctor?
Not to fear, William. This time you will be the one performing the test. And quietly, if at all possible.
The last thing we need is an infection scare.
Precisely. Thankfully, the detective will find any infected within a large area. Here, check in operations, engineering, the main lab, the briefing room, and the hangar. That should cover the base.
And if I find any other infected?
Send them to see Dr. Hera. I will meet you there, and perhaps we can help these men.
During the screening, it felt like my head was going to explode. Any idea what happened?
I had no idea. Perhaps it was some resonance from your earlier exposure to the alien artifact. Tell me, how did it feel?
Like someone was inside my skull using a hammer, trying to break free. It was all I could do to stay conscious.
Yes. And you said something, too. Your name? Perhaps your rank as well?
Hell if I know. For a few seconds, it was all just a red haze.
Well, I am glad you are with us again, my friend.
You said that noise during the screening was something from Mosaic. How did you discover that?
Dr. Veer has been examining the device removed from our captive infiltrator. It would appear that this is how they receive commands from their Mosaic network.
So they're radio-operated?
Not quite. But it seems to give them a sort of subconscious connection to a larger command hierarchy.
And you used the command for attack. You couldn't pick something safer, like dance?
Our control is too crude for specific commands, only general urges. And violence is a very common response, William.
I'll be on my way.
As you say. But if you would like, I have some experiments I could perform on the...
No. I'll check for infected, but I've spent quite enough time as your guinea pig for today, Doc.
You're scanning the ready room. No one is infected.
No infected here, at least.
Seen those sleepwalkers?
See them? I caught one of them.
What are they doing with all those sleepwalkers? You read the report. Seems pretty clear, right?
You recording?
All right, boys. Get your gear in order and gather around.
This gonna be another rescue cakewalk, sir? Or are we gonna see some action?
Nothing so boring this time, Kinney. No. This time we're going into the belly of the beast.
All right. It's about time.
Some of those sleepwalkers are congregating at a tower out in New Mexico. We're gonna find out why and shut them down.
You sure we won't catch anything being around all those sleepwalkers?
You just worry about us getting into that tower. Alive.
Yes, sir.
This is gonna be an extended stay. Investigating the area, finding a point of entry, and infiltrating. We're gonna keep a low profile. Until we can strike.
Less John Wayne and more James Bond?
That's the spirit. And if we're lucky, we might even find a cure for the sleepwalkers.
Is that even possible?
Hell if I know. But we gotta hope, right? Otherwise, why are we still fighting?
So, De Silva and us used to have a drink or two after hours. After what happened, you figured you could use a bottle for yourself, Percy.
Here's to you, Nico. Rest in peace.
that you can go upstairs.
Think there's anything we can do for them?
I've nearly found him, Myron. He's so close. Put me on this mission and I'll hand you his head on a...
This must be the location.
We're sending Carter after Axis. This is what he does.
Then send us out together.
No one's going anywhere until we know where to look. Agent Weaver, I know why you want to go after Axis. I cannot allow personal feelings to interfere with the mission.
Something going on I should know about?
There you are. Agent Weaver has tracked Axis to the Pacific Northwest.
Oregon. His base is in Oregon.
I'll leave it to the two of you to narrow down our search area. Something smaller than an entire state.
We should talk, Carter.
Talk to Angela.
Angela, Agent Weaver.
It's okay, Will. How are you feeling?
Like hammered shit, but I'm still here.
Good. We're onto something.
The sooner we find access, the sooner we finish this.
I couldn't agree more.
You said he was in Oregon. You have anything more than that?
I've tracked access to Southwest Oregon. Somewhere remote.
Everywhere in Southwest Oregon is remote.
There's a lot of forest out there. Enough room for access to hide. But I found something. Radio signals.
And they're not ours?
No, I triple-checked. And Weir confirmed it. The broadcast isn't human. What I could translate mentions access repeatedly. I think they have some sort of facility there.
One of the radio operators might have heard something. I have this feeling we're real close.
Your instincts seem to have done us well. Let's hope you're right again.
Don't worry, we'll find him. I'll go see what Chelsky can track down for us. And I'll check in with Weir, too.
Meet me back at Falk's office when you're done.
See if Falk wants to talk. No, you don't want to talk, so we go to the next rooms. Found this partial note in the trash and it caught my eye. Thought you'd want to see what people are saying. Anonymous. Then what's the point, damn it? Cities are being vaporized every damn day. Falk doesn't trust any of us, and even with the lockdown over, where are we supposed to go? We have no home. I say we go down to whatever's left of Vegas and live out the end of the world in Star. We're all going to now like zombies in quarantine, so why not have some? And then it comes out. Found some infected by the looks of it.
Bravo team leader. I mean, now. Silva's, you know.
Normally I would.
You're not looking so good, Agent. Get to the infirmary.
Huh? Why?
Just get moving. Now.
There's one. Lab and engineering.
Thinking that elevator's gonna open up and my mate was gonna come walking in.
I want you to check and double check everything. If you went over it, go over it again and again.
What's
just
that?
Sure.
Just checking the area for safe working conditions.
We caught a spy sneaking into the Avenger. A damn spy. Here.
Shit. Did he do any damage?
Don't think so. We're double checking. And I think we got him before he could do much.
Another outsider infiltrator. God damn it.
Not an outsider. A Russian. We get attacked by aliens, and we still have to keep our eyes open for Reds. Those commie bastards never give up.
A Russian agent here. I should talk to him. He might be useful.
You've got to be kidding. A Russian? As soon as Falk gives the word, the only thing that spy will be useful for is target practice.
Cool it, Barnes. I want to see what he has to say. Right now, being human matters more than being a commie.
Fine. He's in the foreman's office. But I still think you should just put a bullet in his head.
We'll have to interrogate the spy.
Here to talk with the Russian? Seems like a lost cause to me, but good luck.
Почему ты здесь? Вранье еще. Питание?
Ну, если ты это хочешь, я думал, мы поговорим. Мне надо знать, почему ты здесь.
Я не буду отвечать на твои вопросы.
Да, ты будешь.
You think that will make me talk? You are weak. All of you weak.
Я не знаю, если вы заметили, но холодная война отменена. У нас гораздо серьезнее гроза. И у вас тоже.
Пришельцы? Да, я слыхал эту историю. Вы думаете, что я совершенно глупой?
Слушай, я был там, вверху. Все правда. Половина мира мертвая, а другая половина зараженная. Не может быть, что только нас ударили. Я обещаю, что двоим друзьям СССР так же плохо, как и здесь. Но если какой-либо из них все еще жив...
Да это просто смешно. Как ты можешь это доказать, а? Голоса по радио и подделанные фотки? Скажи мне, почему я должен верить в твою сказку?
У меня нет времени для этого. Теперь готов слушать.
Штирлиц, ты хочешь говорить? Тогда разговаривай, а я буду слушать.
Убийство у вас будет траты. Кто знает, как долго ты здесь скрывался? У тебя есть таланты, нам нужны агенты. Эти посторонние не только американская проблема.
Ты думаешь, это сработает? Ты слабый. Вы все слабые.
Даю тебе предложение. Я пошлю тебя на палубу. Сам можешь убедиться. Если то, что говорю, верно, вы работаете на меня. Если нет, вы можете убить на Кубу.
Если я не позволяю себя обманывать?
Что ты заботишься? У вас будет оружие. Вы будете отсюда. Так или иначе, вы не будете моей проблемой.
Ладно. Дай мне увидеть этих пришельцев для себя.
Довольно иметь вас на борту.
Hope you don't mind me listening in, but I think you did the right thing. We need all the help we can get.
That commie is something, but I think he's gonna come around.
You can't trust him, Carter.
Well, it's humans against aliens right now, not Americans against Russians. I need someone to take him out to see what the aliens have done firsthand.
If you say so. I'll set up a recon mission. Let's just hope he remembers who the good guys are.
Investigation complete. Return to Barnes. Unlock dispatch mission. The Russian, Ping, New Mexico. That's good.
Here you had a grand old time with Falk.
Oh, it was swell.
Could be worse. They kept me in detention for an hour while they were cleaning up the testing room after your little shindig.
Did anyone attack you?
Guess you win. What's on your mind?
So what's happening with the Sky Rangers?
After I saw that Titan, I had the whiz kids in the lab adapt some of the Avenger designs for our old ships.
What sort of changes are we talking about?
Nothing revolutionary, but the Sky Rangers will be faster, stronger, and more durable.
And we're sure the new technology will be safe in the field?
Only one way to find out, Carter.
How's the Avenger looking?
Almost finished from what I hear. If the final product handles anything like the early tests, It'll be the smoothest ride of your life.
As long as it gets the job done.
You just get the location from Axis, and the Avenger and I will get you there.
I'll let you get back to it.
Will do. I'll have this bird ready for the next trip before you know it.
Let's go to another area now. So we've got to go scan the lab, talk to Officer Chulsky and Dr. Weir. So there's a couple in the lab.
Heard about your little welcome home party, Carter. Glad to see you're still in one piece.
William, thank God you're all right. You are all right, aren't you?
Yeah, I suppose I am.
You had everyone worried.
Yeah, probably not just about my health. I hear you've been helping Agent Weaver track down information about Axis. Anything I should know?
Yes. It's absolutely imperative you take him alive. We need to take his mosaic implant from him while he's still alive. It will automatically erase itself if he dies.
I generally prefer my outsiders dead.
I won't bore you with the details, but Axis appears to be one of the few outsiders who has been to the Mosaic core, where the being they call Origin seems to reside. I can take that information from his mind, if he's alive.
Got it. Keep the alien alive. What then?
We go to the alien homeworld.
You sure it'll work?
Fairly certain. There's more guesswork involved than I'd like. If I had more time, or if I had Lawrence here.
Buck up, Doc. At least if it doesn't work, we'll all be dead.
Very reassuring, Agent Carter.
And now you know how it feels.
The world is an uncertain place. Sometimes the things we're most sure of.
You're talking about Lawrence, aren't you?
Yes, I suppose I am.
Look, you thought you could trust him, and when it counted, he came through. I don't know why he helped us, but human or not, he did.
I wish I could just ask him why he lied to me.
Why does anyone? We got work to do.
Right.
That means you've figured out how the phase plotter works.
I believe I have. The boys in engineering are installing it on the Avenger even as we speak.
You picked up a lot in that tower.
I managed to gather a great deal of information in that alien tower. The scope and complexity of that network is just remarkable.
We're lucky to have you on board with us.
It wasn't luck that brought me here, Agent Carter.
Let's hope the Avenger can handle it. I'm dying to see where these things come from.
So we've got to talk to Chulsky. First, we're going to go and get all these infected. Got a couple notes to read. The elites, heavily armed, shielded ground troops and the outsider forces and combined peak physical development for their species, advanced tactical training and a vicious ferocity that can surprisingly train the field agents. Elites are equipped with shields, automatic weapons and grenades, and often work in conjunction with multiple outsider grunts and a commander. Elites appear to be a veteran of many previous outsider conquests, and different specimens often carry small trophies of their past campaigns. If we successfully repel this invasion, our analysts will have a lifetime of work studying these fragments to learn about the outsiders' military history and the other species of our galaxy.
If we make it through.
While we have yet to be able to intercept or fully understand the degree of the Mosaic communication, we have proven that we can crudely simulate the most basic imperatives with a combination of infrasound and high frequency tones. You believe there is a third tone that acts to refine the imperatives, but we have yet to isolate its frequency. If that is indeed the fashion in which it is transmitted, currently we have only found one imperative that could be reliably broadcast: primal aggression. I suspect the emotion simplicity is the reason it can be broadcast with only two frequencies.
Don't even start.
No, really. If we pull through, this technology's gonna change.
Study of the limited sample of Titan material collected by Intrepid XCOM agents shows many shared properties with a substance constituting silicoids. Whether Titans or silicoids are themselves sentient and can be regarded as living or merely examples of highly advanced technology remains uncertain. Titans are massive airborne enemies capable of shifting both shape and function. Field agents are strongly advised to find hardened cover when the Titan shifts into a distinctive O-shaped firing form, although this does expose what appears to be a vulnerable control core.
Got some news for you.
Agent, you need to report to the infirmary.
What? But I feel fine.
Don't argue with me. Just report to the infirmary now.
Another one sent. Couple more people to talk to.
What have you got on the drawing board today, Doc?
Oh, the usual. A few weapons you brought in, some subsystems for the Avenger, and a couple of side projects for when we rebuild society.
Got any new weapons for the field?
Murphy and I have had a lot of luck with what you've recovered, but it's not exactly easy to hybridize their designs with our own.
Seemed to work well enough for the Avenger.
To be perfectly honest, we couldn't have done that without Dr. Weir's genius. Although, he seems to have some ethical disagreements with munitions development.
How's the Avenger coming?
Slowly, but surely. Dr. Weir's been installing the Vengate, and considering the stresses the Avenger would face, we had to reinforce its hull significantly.
I'm still impressed it can get off the ground at all.
Isn't Dr. Dresner's omni-propulsion system astounding? In fact, if we could channel its energy into a single target, I suspect we could achieve a kinetic impact equivalent to...
Snap out of it, Doc. One thing at a time. It's a bit early to talk about rebuilding society, but I'm curious to see what you got.
It's nothing much, but, well, I've been examining what little we could recover from the outsider seeds. Imagine if we could replicate them.
That would certainly make it easier to rebuild, all right.
Yes, indeed. Why, America could use them to build refugee shelters, revitalize devastated areas, maybe even expand and colonize into ex-Soviet territory.
I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself.
Of course, other nations may mistake this for continued alien attack, but the great thing about these seeds is that they could create bunkers and military fortifications, as well as...
Doc.
Oh, sorry.
I've got other business to take care of. Good luck, Doc.
Yes, of course.
Nice. See over here. Can't wait to unlock these new weapons. What's he using there?
Well, doctors, got yourselves a new toy?
I assure you, the Illyrium coil transfer rifle is no toy. What I mean to say is that we are testing a potential weapon for Mr. Barnes.
Don't we already have access to the Outsider's weaponry? Have you improved on it?
There is always room for improvement, Carter. Always a smoother transfer mechanism, or a more advantageous dispersal pattern to search for.
And you've just gotta find it, don't you?
Or die trying. So to speak.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard to fit that into a holster.
Yes, very funny. But once we test the fundamentals, we can work on the miniaturization.
And it'd still be useful?
Oh yes. By combining our ballistics know-how with the enemy's energy weapons, we are on the cusp of a new horizon in weaponry.
Combining alien technology and our own. Interesting. How does this monstrosity work?
It's very simple, really. Imagine a Tesla coil, only with its voltage focused through a charged Illyrium ballistic delivery system.
In English?
It's a lightning cannon.
I can see how that would be useful. You need any help testing it out?
We were hoping you would ask. Our usual assistant seems to have disappeared again. Not literally disappeared, mind you. No, of course not. That never happens.
You were saying?
Yes, the machinery is in position. Just press the button and stand clear. And try not to disappear.
Huh. That's all I need to know.
Yes, I'm sure you will be a great help. Only appropriate that a field agent be involved. And all that.
If you'd be so kind as to press the button on the device, we can continue testing.
This is a good charge.
I'm not sure that's going to be much use in the field, doctors.
Oh dear.
Let me just adjust the discharge levels. Yes, try it again.
That looks more like it. Quite satisfactory. But I believe we can do better.
Increasing power levels again. Try now.
Fucking hell.
I think you've still got some problems to iron out, doctors.
Is everyone all right?
Better than all right. Did you see the yield? Off the charts.
It's a miracle we weren't killed. Fantastic!
We've got to go upstairs now.
I gotta say.
Officer, is the prisoner behaving himself?
Huh? Oh, yes. He's been quiet.
Something on your mind?
Sorry, Carter. It's just... I've had a lot on my mind recently.
How's our friendly local infiltrator doing?
He's been pretty quiet since you had a talk with him. Almost like he's meditating or something. But I couldn't say what's going through his head.
Our last talk was rather revealing. Any chance I could talk with him again?
I don't recommend it. But if you go in there, we'll have witnesses on hand to make sure the person who walks out is still you.
Better than having to take that test again. Is this going to affect your duties?
No. No, sir, not at all.
See that it doesn't. Remember who you're guarding here. What's wrong? Must be pretty important to bother a trooper like you.
It's my girl back in Iowa. She's been taking care of some survivors in a big farmhouse, and she sends transmissions every day, but...
But what?
Latest transmission, she sounded really tired. And, said she found traces of black goo on her pillow.
Shit. I'm sorry.
They're already sending a team to recover as many of them as possible. I just hope she gets back here in time.
Be careful, Rose. A distracted guard is a dead guard. Either get over it, or get a replacement.
Yes, sir. It won't be a problem, sir.
And, good luck.
So we can speak to the alien.
Welcome back, William Carter. It is pleasant to see a familiar face.
You're in a good mood for a prisoner of war?
As are you. Which means you have recovered a phase plotter. So you plan to go through with your suicidal attack?
What are you called?
You do not understand how Mosaic functions. When we are connected, we are Mosaic. Individual names are unimportant.
You're not connected anymore. What do you call yourself now?
I do not know. I have never been concerned with it.
Maybe you should. Help us win, and I'll call you whatever you want. You must know something about Axis. If we go after him, what should we expect?
Axis? The Primarch. You are an ambitious creature, William Carter.
Axis, Primarch, whatever you call him.
He is wise and patient. There is a reason Mosaic called him to lead. Do you think it a coincidence that your planet fell so quickly to him?
He's not that smart. We've already tracked him down.
Of course you have. He will let you come to him and then he will destroy you. This is suicide, William Carter.
So, you really want to see the end of Mosaic? Tell us where they're taking the Sleepwalkers, and how do we cure them?
I would not know. I am a warrior, not a scholar. I do not know if it can be cured.
We'll see. Stick around.
Do I have a choice?
Of course not.
Be cautious, William Carter.
So what exactly is that noise you use in the test?
Special frequency that mimics their Mosaic command signal.
After much study of the Mosaic communication device extracted from Infiltrate in November, Dr. Dresner and myself have made progress in understanding the nature of outsider communication. This leads to our practical application for security screening. were playing a combination of tones, one at approximately 4 kHz and the other exactly 18.25 Hz. We appear to be able to recreate a mosaic violence imperative. Any outsider exposed to this will be overwhelmed with sensations of aggression and panic, regardless of condition or disguise. However, to humans, this combination merely produces a high-pitched hum and perhaps a certain cessation of movement. Now, this tone must be administered carefully, as the human eyeball has a resonance frequency of 18.98 Hz, so a poorly adjusted tone can cause pain, headaches, and temporary visual hallucinations. Details of our research are attached. We trust this will assist in security screening. Dr. Alan Weir.
Sit down and try not to breathe on anyone.
But,
No buts. Save your energy.
Ah, William. I think you may have caught them just in time.
What's the prognosis, Doc? Can you cure them?
I'm a physicist, not a physician. I will study them, however.
These 3 agents were all on the same mission together, weren't they?
Yes. Perhaps you've uncovered something even more interesting. If we can retrace their steps at their last mission, perhaps we can find the source of the infections. It may even lead to the cure.
Or we might just end up with another Sleepwalker.
It is a risk, yes. But one that may save thousands, tens of thousands of lives. The choice is yours, William.
Investigation complete. Talk to Heinrich. Unlock dispatch mission Sleepwalkers Des Moines, Iowa. So we can dispatch agents now. More agents. So we just got to speak to Chulsky now. Let's go and find Chulsky.
Carter, you hear Weaver and Falk screaming at each other earlier? I've never seen those two disagree like that.
Trying to think where the fuck Chulsky is. It's definitely not this guy.
You sure they aren't dangerous?
Officer Chulsky.
Heard Agent Weaver locked herself in her office after she found out about the Silva.
Where the hell is Chulsky?
And then get roaring drunk.
We're done here. I don't know how...
Who the fuck is this Chulsky asshole?
Chulsky.
Sir?
Heard anything interesting?
I hear all sorts of interesting things, sir. How many of them are true? That's a different question. You looking for something specific?
Agent Weaver found a signal in Oregon. I need you to look at this.
She mentioned something about that. Oregon, right?
Yeah, she thinks there might be a facility there.
Well, let's see.
Let me know what you find.
I should be able to pin it down soon. Agent Weaver already did the hard part.
I'll come back later.
So return to Folk.
I trust this isn't a social visit.
Chulsky tracked down the outsider signal near an abandoned campground in southwest Oregon, just where Agent Weaver said. It's Axis. It has to be. The sooner we find Axis, the sooner we find Mosaic and get these assholes off our planet. Agent Weaver's been tracking Axis for years. She's obsessed with bringing him down. She deserves to be there, Falk.
That's the problem, Agent Carter. I need someone who can keep a cool head. But barring that, I'll make do with you.
This doesn't make any sense. You're hiding something.
What's your point, Agent?
Tell me what's going on, Falk.
We need to take Axis alive, and you are our best chance to do this. Dr. Weir needs whatever information the bastard has stored in his head. If he dies, that information is lost. Understood?
Let me take Weaver as part of my team.
Absolutely not.
Why?
I'm not accustomed to explaining myself.
Tell me why.
Because neither of you are models of restraint. Consider your history, Agent. Between your past and her personal interests in Axis, I can't risk compromising this mission.
So why send me at all?
I know you'll get the job done. And if you don't, I've only lost one of my best agents, not both of them.
One last thing, Falk. If I'm going to...
Attention! Unauthorized launch. Sky Ranger Foxtrot 901. Return to base immediately.
God damn it.
Weaver.
Jesus Christ. She's gone after Axis.
And here you thought it'd be me who'd go rogue.
You need to stop her.
Stop her? You're not saying...
No, of course not. Not unless you have to. Find her and talk her down. We need Axis alive.
We need them both alive.
Exactly. Gear up and head to Ops when you're ready. We'll go over the mission details.
So that's everything done here. We can dispatch some soldiers and then head out. Let's see. So, major operation, minor operation, what's that, 7, 8, 8, so doing number 7 first. Stabilization assistant pack significantly increases weapon accuracy. So you can only send 3. Got 3 there and 3 there. I thought we could send 4. Which sucks. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed that. If not, go fuck yourself. I'll see you in my next video.